Hi, Ken Ivy, the Web Czar, and just wanted to share with you some stuff I was looking at this morning. I subscribe to a newsletter, and you can see it here in my email. It's called Web Pro News, and they cover a lot of industry information that's critical for people like me who are trying to keep our clients good with Google and the other search engines, and basically to help them make more money. So this is news that affects the industry. And I've come across yet another instance where Yelp is causing problems. So I clicked through to this article on Web Pro News, and uh, basically what they're saying now is that asking for reviews from your clients is the equivalent to spamming the search engines. And they offer you some alternatives. Instead of asking for reviews, they want you to send them to their website to see what people say about you. And of course, if you know anything about the history of Yelp and their let's say controversial business practices, you know that that's probably not a good idea. So this is what's popping up on some of the things. When you're looking up a business on Yelp, you might see something like this: consumer alert. It's saying a lot of the reviews have been generated from the same IP address, and that happens for a number of different reasons. A lot of times, let's say at a dentist's office or a doctor's office, they might have an iPad or something set up for you to say some nice things about them. Or just to leave any kind of review at all. And so if they post those reviews from the doctor's office, of course, it's going to look like they're all coming from that same place, and they are in actuality. Doesn't mean they're not legitimate reviews, it just means that they're all generated from the same place. And that's kind of a red flag because some businesses in the past have been known to post reviews that maybe weren't authentic. Let's just say that. So it's probably not a good practice to have people leave reviews at your office, unless, of course, they're using one of these, a mobile device. If they want to leave a review about you on their mobile device, of course, it's accessing its own mobile network, so it'll have a different IP address, and that's perfectly fine. So if you have a little notice or a framed picture I've sometimes used in the past with a QR code or a short link that people can type into their smartphone without it being too much of a bother, then they can certainly go that route and leave a review and be a different IP address and be perfectly legitimate and should not raise any red flags. But anyway, not Google, Yelp is giving you some advice, and the article talks about this. Companies discouraging businesses from asking customers for reviews in store, and they're actually discouraging you from asking your customers to leave reviews at all. Instead, they want you to post little badges on your website saying, check us out on Yelp, and go to Yelp and see what other people say. So basically that boosts their website and boosts their business and their credibility, but really doesn't do a whole lot for yours as a business owner. And so I'm gonna discourage that practice and maybe come up with a few alternatives. So bear with me here. So this is what Yelp says. Yelp says, don't ask for reviews. And they say, why wouldn't you want to ask for reviews? And they say, well, some would-be customers might not trust you. Well, my counter to that is, if they're would-be customers, they probably don't know that you're going to ask them for a review. And then they say, number 2, solicited reviews are less likely to be recommended by our automated software. And, of course, that's probably right. There have been lots of stories about Yelp and what they've allegedly done, and the stories, and you can read the things like that at the bottom of articles like this, where people have left comments. This is what this person thinks. They're an extortion scheme, and there's a class action complaint against them. And I'm not going to comment on that. I'll let you make your own decision. But of course, they say, yeah, don't ask for reviews, which is contrary to what every marketer in the world has told you to do thus far. Yes, ask for reviews because reviews play an important part in your business. They play a part in where you show up in search results. They play a part in where you show up in map search results, like the Google local listings and things like that. Um, Another point on that is Yahoo has actually frustrated some people. Let me scroll up here to get the title. Um, because they've replaced Yahoo reviews on their local site with Yelp reviews. So the very reviews we're worried about people seeing, the not so glowing reviews, are the ones that Yahoo is now choosing to show on their Yahoo local when you're looking at business. So this example here, the Pooch Coach LLC, had 5.5 out of 6 rating with Yahoo reviews, and when they replace those with the Yelp reviews, of course, you can see there's only 2.5 stars out of 5. So their reputation is damaged now because of the Yelp reviews. And basically, the long story short, what people have alleged, and the reason that lawsuit exists against Yelp is business owners have said that Yelp asked them to advertise, and if the business owners said no, they didn't want to advertise on Yelp, then they were finding that a lot of their good reviews on Yelp were being filtered. In other words, they were calling them spam or suspicious or whatever. So that left only the mediocre to poor reviews to be shown. And so case after case after case. Do your own research. Look it up on the internet. Look at places like this, webpronews.com. Story after story about this happening to people. Is it real? Is it tied together? I'm not going to get into that argument, but there's enough people alleging that for me to think that it's possible. I mean, stranger things have happened. So, getting back to, what do you do? What is your plan for reviews? Well, certainly you want to ask for reviews because that's critical, and you want to market those reviews. That should be a very important part of your marketing plan. So I would say don't necessarily listen to what Yelp is telling you to do or how they want you to run your business. Run it the smart way. I mean, run it the way that makes sense. If you go to Amazon.com right now, or if you go to eBay right now, and you want to buy something, and you're looking at the list of things to buy, and one of the sellers has 5 stars, and one of the sellers has 1 star, you're going to pick the person with the better looking reputation, right? And that's the same way people are picking you. So why wouldn't you want to maximize the exposure of your good reviews? Now, I'm not talking necessarily about only asking people for good reviews. I think it's critical. Any good business that wants to improve their business and get more business is going to do this. They're going to go to their clients and their customers, and they're going to poll them and say, hey, listen, thank you for doing business with us. We're so happy that you chose to do so. We're hoping you had a great experience. We're hoping you had a 5-star experience. That's our mission in life, is to give you the best experience. Would you mind sharing whether or not you had a 5-star experience with us? And then from there, I mean, you've got a dialogue going. You're asking them about their experience. And when they share it, if it's a good experience, then you can say, thanks, wow, that's great. We're glad to hear that. We'd like to, put this on our website if that's okay with you. And most people who have had a great experience have no problem with this. They are happy, more than happy, to tell other people about the great time they've had. And so you can use that in your marketing. And why wouldn't you want to do that? So part of the strategy is owning that process. Now, if you give that process away to Yelp or any of the other people who charge you a lot for this service, then they own it. And if you put Yelp badges on your site, that's all well and good, but the minute there's an issue, they own all your reviews. They own your reputation. You need to own that. You need to own your own website. You need to own your own advertising. You need to own your reputation. And you need to build a great reputation. And part of that is asking people, did you have a good time? Did you have a great experience? Did we do a good job? And when you do that, they appreciate it. And most times they'll tell you. And if they didn't have a great experience, you really want to hear that too. You want to know, well, what went wrong? Was it a process that's flawed that we need to fix? Was it a bad widget or whatever the case may be? Did one of our salespeople or one of our staff have a bad day and just wasn't very nice or respectful to you? Those are things that you can fix. And good businesses that want to build business and get more business do that kind of thing. They want the feedback. So let's say somebody decides to share with you and says, you know what? I didn't have the greatest experience. I had a mediocre experience. And I was really expecting X, and what I got was Y. And I really wish I would have got X. In that dialogue, if you're talking to them, whether it's through an email or whether you call them up, and I would suggest you call them up or get a face-to-face meeting, go over their needs and talk about that and turn that bad experience into a better experience. So if someone has a mediocre experience, but you're willing to say, hey, wow, we're sorry you had that bad experience. We try hard as we can to make sure everybody has a 5-star experience. And if you didn't have that, we want to see if we can fix that in some way. And if you can make it right, then do so. And then ask them again, hey, did this make things better? And get that feedback. So I've got a system that I use, and I'm going to show you an example of it here. This doctor here, Dr. Bill, has a great system here. You'll see. On his homepage, he's got some testimonials. He's got a video testimonial. He's got some other ones. But as you can see, people are leaving reviews right on his website. And they're also scraping some reviews from other websites. And I'll tell you how that works. So these are from Google, that's from or YouTube, and there could be any number of other ones. And we'll go to this testimonial page and show the other side of that. So we'll open up the testimonials, and you'll see that this isn't here we go. We've got 3 or 4. If you can get a video testimonial, that's awesome. If you can't, we understand. But Google, Yahoo, so he's got a lot of Google. He's got some Bings. Some more Googles, and they're all really good reviews. And so he's got a page full of good reviews. And so what he's done is he's asked people to leave these reviews on his website. So when they get there, they can use their smartphone, or they can wait till they get home, or whatever. They can go to his site and say, yeah, I had a good time, or whatever it is. And then if it's a great review, then we certainly want to, get permission and put that on the website and maybe put it in social media and things of that nature. If it's not such a great review, then we want to see if we can fix it. And so here's what happens. If he gets a great review, then the person leaving the review, after they've, pressed the send button, there'll be another page that they land on. It'll pop up and say, hey, thanks for leaving this great review. We find that most people that have a great 5-star experience with us want to share this on other sites. Now, if I've done my research, then I know that there are certain websites based on the industry that are better for people to leave reviews at for that industry than others. Case in point, if you're a contractor or something like that. If you're a contractor, you want to, if you can, get some reviews on Angie's List or a few others like that are more contractor-centric. But anyway, in any event, if they leave a great review, we say, hey, other people really want to share this stuff and help us out, so would you mind leaving the same review on, Google or whatever it is the case may be. And so we've set up the system where they can do that, where they don't have to retype the whole review. They just basically push a button, takes them straight to where we want them to leave a review to, and then lets them paste that information right into the text box so they can do that. So then you've got your review on your website where you own it. You've got your review on a Google or wherever other third-party property where it'll do more good for you. Let's say it's a mediocre thing. Then if it's a mediocre review, then we're not going to send them directly to Google or the other place. We want to see if we can fix it and make their experience better first. So then we'll send them to another page that says, wow, we wish you had a better experience, and we're sorry about whatever happened. Let's talk about this, and we want to make things right for you. And so, and then there's that, you begin that dialogue. So instead of somebody going onto a third-party site and leaving you a very nasty review, you get a chance to look at that, kind of intercept that process and say, okay, well, let me see if I can fix it. And then if I can fix it, maybe they'll leave you a nice review instead of, going and leaving you a nasty review. And so all of this stuff is tracked. We track the reviews that come in. We alert you and let you know, hey, there's a new review, and it tells you about, what is it, a good review, is it a bad review, whatever. And then let you take action on that kind of stuff instead of you finding out months later, wow, somebody left a terrible review, or ex-employee who had a bad experience left you a terrible review, or maybe your competitors or something are trying to leave you bad reviews. You need to stay on top of that stuff. So that's part of the process. We market your reputation. We build a great reputation by encouraging people to leave great reviews, and then we make them happy if they don't have a great review. We make them happy by saying, oh, wow, let's take care of this. Let's fix it, without it being a big public drama situation. And also, we send regular reports. We go to the review sites and see if anybody's talking about you. And if they are, we're going to let you know, so that you can say, oh, okay, well, yeah, I see that this guy is here. I've never done business with this guy. And so you can relieve a legitimate reply to that. I don't have this person in my list of clients. We don't know who this person is. We suspect it's not really a real review, but if it is, we certainly want to talk to you. So contact us at whatever the email address is or phone number is. We basically give you the tools to deal with your reputation and to market that reputation. And everybody knows that if you have a great reputation and great reviews, people are going to do business with you over your competitors. So if you're not sure what people are saying about you, here's another site you can go to that I built. It's fastreputationreport.com. And so when you get here, there'll be a little video that plays that you can listen to if you want to. But the most important part is you plug in your phone number right here under your business phone. And when you do that and click this button, it's going to generate instantly a report. It's going to take that phone number and figure out who you are in the internet, go to the major review sites, and if there's any information there, it's going to pull it back for you. And it's going to say, okay, here's kind of a synopsis of what people are saying about you, if they can find anything. And it's going to give you kind of a grade. If you've got 100 reviews out online and 99 of them are good, then you're going to get a good score. If you've got 5 reviews and 4 of them are bad, you're going to get a bad score. But at least you'll know, and you'll have a place to start. Anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know, because people are changing, and large search engines like Yahoo choosing to use Yelp reviews, that could be bad news for a lot of people, because Yelp has a controversial past, a controversial history, just to say the least. So if you need any help with this kind of thing, if you need any advice, if you want a system like Dr. Bill here, give me a buzz, send me an email. I'll be more than happy to help you out with something like that. And don't forget, go to fastreputationreport.com and get that report. It doesn't cost anything. You just plug in your number, click the button. It takes about a minute or so, because it's got to go out. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, depending on how jammed up the web is in your connection. But anyway, it goes out, gets that stuff, and then gives you a report that's easy to read, and we'll let you know real quick where you stand as far as reputation goes. All right, I hope this helps. Y'all have fun, do good business. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
If you have a business, I can help it go far. On the web's all. If you need help with promoting, I will lend you my spots. On the web's all.